Hi Taurus, this is your May 2025 reading, and for some reason I got don't cry over spilt milk. I know. I'm going to take an oracle card. I'm kind of exploring that theme a little bit, and then we're going to throw some tarot cards for you, see what's coming up for you in May. But I got this like old-fashioned milk bottle. It was like a paper in the top of it, but it was spilled. Okay, I like this for you. I get the universe, well, it's in the hand, okay? The universe is your partner. It's bringing to mind, and I'm going to get the quote completely wrong, but there is an Einstein quote about having to make a decision about the universe, about whether it's a good place, or whether it's a kind place or an unkind place, whether it's a good place or a bad place. And I know that sounds mad because obviously objectively, especially as Taurians, you're very spiritual, so you are going to get this, that you think, well, I just live in the universe and it is what it is. I have no control over that. But you know that's not the case. And whatever it is that you're looking at in May, that you're dealing with as you get this reading, or maybe in the near future, there will come a point in your situation where you will need to actually make a decision whether it's good or bad. But you are going to be a part of that decision because Taurus, you know, you're the witches and the magicians, Taurus. You're the spiritual folk and you're constantly manifesting, and you know that you are, almost without effort, you know. So it's worth factoring that in as part of your modus operandi, okay? I feel like manifesting is going to be big, it's going to be key. And however you do that, and lots of Taurians do it in different ways. You don't even have to consciously particularly do it, yes. Because look, we also get skywriting, the fates. Now, you're very much in tune with the fates. You know about these things. You are part of the fate yourself. You're certainly the master of your own fate. Now that's always the case, but in May there is something in the ether that is making that even more obvious to you. And there will also be times where I feel that you're going to feel out of control and you're going to feel like things are happening to you rather than with you. Okay, let's take a few cards on the general situation around that. Put those there. What do we need to know, please, about destiny? And then I will do a love reading underneath, and there will be an extended love reading as there is every month, as well as the love reading. So if the love reading really resonates with you, it will be the first link in the description box. This is the first card I get for you. Justice. That's interesting. Now, who was it? Being responsible for your own karma. I think it was when I was doing a daily when Pluto went retrograde. And it just came to me about being responsible for your own karma. But it really hits with you about how you can... It's not like you're twisting fate. It's not like you're making fate do what you want it to do, you know. It's like co-creating. So you're in alignment, you're in partnership. You are making sure you're in aligned, but also that you're kind of keeping house when it comes to your own spiritual destiny. Keeping your side of the street clean. Justice is a card that tells you that the universe has got an eye on this. It's great to get justice. Universe has got an eye on this, and they are also going to, it's like having a fair wind behind you. So the luck that you need, the situations that you need, the breaks that you need, the universe will supply. Your job is to recognize them, to turn up, to be accountable, and to try and remain as curious as you can about the future prospects. Okay, let's narrow this down a little bit. Oh my God. Whew. Two of Cups. Well, that is nice. Now, Two of Cups, we are doing the love reading under here, so it may come up again, or there may be something that alludes to it. If we're looking at this as your general part of your reading, okay, the Two of Cups is about, look at it, it's about being in alignment, it's about being in partnership, it is about relationships being simpatico, it's about feeling the same way, being on the same page, but also there being that little bit of fairy dust that you need for things to work out. Sometimes, and I'm just going to write that down for you because that's really important, sometimes that bit of fairy dust is missing. And sometimes it isn't. And we can't control that bit. But you have it. I particularly say that because you've got the Two of Cups with Justice. Nice. It's very hot in here, by the way, so they also make a very good fan for me. I'm a fan of the Two of Cups. There you go, bad jokes. Bad tarot jokes, you can get them here. Okay, this is very, very nice. But also remember, the universe is your partner and the fates, I would say, in the very old-fashioned sense, are on your side. Sometimes they're not, and you know when they're not. And that's okay, you know, you still get out of bed, you still eat your Rice Krispies, you still go to work, you still do your thing. But everything's a little bit harder. But when they are, everything just is kind of, it's as if you oiled the engine and you're like, well, this goes well. I like this for you. So friendships get a little bit of fairy dust. It's like I'm also putting baking powder in a cake. It just makes it rise more. Friendships are getting a little sprinkle of magic. I think relationships are getting a little sprinkle of magic, a little healing. And your relationship with yourself, your relationship with your karma, your relationship with the universe is getting a pep. Nice. Tell us more. Oh my God. I'm feeling this for you. I'm feeling this for you. Let's try not to break these in half. Ace of Cups. You got the Two of Cups, you got the Ace of Cups. I'm feeling that Ace of Cups. Are you not feeling that Ace of Cups? Let me know in the comments. Drop me a heart in the comments. This is very special. I'm going to write that down for you too, because I forget, especially if it's channeled messages. This is very special. The Two of Cups next to the Ace of Cups. I'm going to show you the cards because I want you to see the run. Let's just bring them all down a little bit. There we go. Gosh. I mean, if you were like choosing cards to get, you'd pretty much have chosen that run yourself. We have a clean line. If you look at this, what looks like a lightsaber, to be honest, we have a clean line just running through, as if these have been stitched together, or that they're linked together, or that there is a thread of fate that runs through these. So whatever it is, whether you're looking for a job that, you know, is not just going to pay the bills, but you absolutely love, God, this is great, or whether you are looking for friendship, And I'm going to do your love reading down here as well, whether you're looking for love, because based on that card as well, that's amazing. It's about going back to first principles, going back to the purity of who you are, the magic of who you are, and your ability to manifest. You already manifested this. You just didn't really feel like you were doing it, which is always the best way. Then we get, as if it wasn't enough, the Page of Cups. Page of Cups is the beginning of somebody making some kind of offer, and is a very lovely segue into the love part of your reading. If we have the Ace of Cups, this is about self-love. This is about love that generates from source, from the universe, and then emanates out. It gets taken up by the Two of Cups and goes into concrete partnership. And then we have, with the Page of Cups, the part where someone decides that there is a cup and they would quite like to share it with somebody. I like this for you. There's a certain innocence about the Page of Cups as well. It's not, you know, it's the page, not the knight, the queen, the king. It's the page. It's the beginning. It's sweetness. It's, yeah, I am thinking sarsaparilla for you. Let's take some love cards and see where we're going with that Page of Cups. I'm just going to put these, God, I'm running out of space. I'm such a messy Pisces. Okay, some love cards for you. Just love this little trilogy here. I feel like we will get some challenge though in the love cards, and I don't know why. Okay, I'm going to put that one on the edge. The High Priestess comes out. I love that. High Priestess for me is very Taurian energy, because she drinks and she knows things, you know. High Priestess hangs out. She's actually, you know, if you look at the Oracle at Delphi, people go to visit the High Priestess. She speaks in tongues. She sits on vapors. She's not dumbing it down for anybody, okay? You, Taurus, are in some way kind of spiritually elevated in this situation, which is not an arrogant thing to say. You're not above everybody else, but you're just kind of in a bit of a different universe, and you're in the universe where you drink and you know things. That doesn't necessarily mean you drink alcohol, by the way. You may drink hot chocolate and know things. It's just an expression from Tyrion from Game of Thrones. But there's something about your love life that definitely comes from you, comes from this High Priestess energy, and taps into feminine energy. Let's have a look. That's interesting. That's a challenge. I'm going to take another one to go with that as well. That one. Right, here's your challenge. Five of Swords. Oop, wrong thing. Venus in Aquarius. When you get the Five of Swords and you get Venus in Aquarius, it's an aspect that is quite emotionally detached. Now, I have never met, and do let me know in the comments, an emotionally detached Taurus. I've met the quite opposite. Tauruses are normally very much in their own body, in their own skin. So I feel like some of you may be dealing with another person, maybe an air sign possibly, or someone who is just slightly cool on the exterior at times. Not all the time, but sometimes. And this may cause you to worry. Nine of Swords is fear. It's the 4 a.m. card. It's being up at night. It's thinking, why did they text that? Why did I say that? You know, it's a lot of, I'm going to say over-reflection. I don't think it merits this much reflection, but that doesn't really stop anyone doing it. So that's not always useful to you. But is some of it just in your head? Probably. Is there some cause on the outside? Yes. but it probably doesn't add up to as much weight as you're giving it. Okay? Interesting. Yeah. The Queen of Cups is another message that tells you, because it's like the minor arcana court version of the High Priestess. And she definitely drinks and she knows things, okay? Instead of being in your head about this, instead of maybe even asking your friends or analysing texts or overthinking or thinking at all, I mean, this is a very good advert to switch off your thinking, to switch off solving this through the intellectual, because it is not to be solved through the intellectual. This is to be solved through the spiritual. You're the High Priestess in this scenario. You are the Queen of Cups. Seek your intuition, and don't even seek it actually. Allow it to come to you. Don't seek it too hard, because if you really seek intuition, what you tend to get is anxiety disguised as intuition. You notice with the Queen of Cups, she's very comfy. She's got rather wonderful sort of satin cushion thing that she's sat on. And an expression that says, I'm not moving, I don't need to get off my throne here. It will come to me. Have faith that this will come to you. Writing that down again. It's not the easiest thing, and intellectually there may be no evidence for it. And you may be able to think of a million different reasons or things, but that isn't the point. Stay in the feminine, which is feeling energy, in the body, in the soul, in the intuition, not, in the bones, not in the head. Five of Pentacles, there will be times when you feel somewhat shut out by this person. Remember that Taurians are brilliant at facilitating feelings. You're very, very, very good at it. As good as you are at sleeping. But some people aren't. Okay? Some people are slower. They are more detached by nature. And that isn't something for you to fix. And your cards all just came out in one go there. So I'm going to get them out. That was very useful. That happens a lot when I'm doing Taurus readings. The Magician has turned up for virtually everybody this month. This is someone who is complex that you're dealing with. Not that you're not complex. You are. But you're complex in feminine energy. This person's quite complex in masculine energy. They are a little bit of a puzzle, a little bit of a conundrum. Don't try and work them out intellectually. It will actually, and I'm getting something that I sometimes get, like a ball of wool. The more you pull at the string, the more tangled that ball is going to get. Okay? Eight of Swords. We get fortune favours the brave, but also know thyself. Know your interior. Know your weird spiritual ways of getting knowledge. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to signs. Don't pay attention to your thoughts. If there is some kind of delay, there's meant to be. Okay? Go with this. Don't try and push for answers. It's really important because, and I'll put the next three cards in the middle. And I love this. That Page of Cups is here again. This is a slow start. It's a little offering. Remember the Page of Cups up here. Someone wants to come forward, but it's in the kind of infancy. It's in the beginning. There will be an opportunity to sail off into the sunset in whichever way you want that. It might not look exactly how you thought it would look, but thinking is not your friend in this, Taurus. And I think that's really important to get that across. Feeling, knowing, intuition or intuiting is. When things start to move, they're going to move really, really fast. Okay? Have no doubt about that. I'm just going to write that down. A lot to write down for you. And it will be so obvious and easy when it happens. You won't have to struggle for it, and that is your key, that you're onto the right path with this. Remember, they are a good egg. Okay? Egg is quite an interesting symbol as well, because it's like all of that potential and feminine energy and creation. But if you find yourself thinking too hard, for God's sake, just switch it off, move into your feelings, center yourself, you know, feel your own heartbeat, feel that plumb line of spirituality that moves through and down Taurian people. Okay, it's very important to have spiritual confidence in this. In the extended reading, I'm going to go further and look at that magician. I'm going to look at the other person. How do they feel? What's going on? I'm going to do some channeled messages and some channeling for you, because I feel like I can do that with you, Taurus, and we can get nice and weird about it. We'll look at the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the best way forward. That will be the first link in the description box. If you want to join me over there, I'm going to go and do that now. And I will see you on the other side. Namaste.